Hey everybody, it's Primrose and welcome back to the channel. So this year, I feel like the houseplant community, the plant lovers, houseplant enthusiasts, myself included, I feel like we are getting more into collecting rare houseplants, which are hard to find, a bit more on the pricey side, and to be honest, they are more difficult to care for. So while these popular houseplants take front and center stage, I feel like these plants that I'm going to share with you today have been pushed back. And I feel like I wanted to renew my love for them because they are the most easiest plant to care for. They don't mind the harsh direct sunlight in the summertime. They don't mind the low humidity inside our home. They don't mind the draft and the dry air during the winter months when all of our heating system are constantly on. So as much as possible, I keep smaller plants, smaller pots on my windowsill so more bright light could come in for the rest of my houseplants. So I wanted to start with this very common succulent plant. This is a Croissula Ovata. So if you're into variegated plants, I think a variegated version of this one is available as well. And also it comes in all different varieties. I have this one which is a smaller leaf version. But there is also another one which is my favorite. So that's the compact version. And I'm planning to turn this one into a bonsai tree. It will be so cute. So that's what I love about succulents, because they are shallow rooted plant and they can just stay in small pots like this and they look so cute on the windowsill. And so most of these suffered a bad mealybug infestation last year. As you can see, they're not as bushy, and that one completely, it lost all of its leaves and it's just coming back, so I'm happy about that. They look nice in small pots. This one actually is a bowl, and I just drilled a hole at the bottom for drainage. Also have some sedum there. But I think my most favorite one is this one. So this one as well, most of the old leaves were eaten by mealybugs, and I have been trying to turn it into a bonsai, which is not very difficult to do at all. Um, most of my houseplants, I think, especially the succulents, they turned out to get that stunted growth after the mealybug infestation. So luckily most of them survived, and those are new leaves already, so I'm quite happy with that. And so these are Jade. So I got them as a tiny cuttings, and after just a few months they put out a very significant amount of growth. But as I mentioned, these suffered from mealybugs, so they look a bit stunted. And I think the next one is this one, because I got this as a really small cutting for £1 3 years ago, and this has been repotted several times because it just keeps growing, and these thick leaves are really heavy. So look at that beautiful rosette looking formation of the leaves. And I think it's time for me to propagate those. or maybe give them to friends. So I think this is an Echeveria. I'm not so sure about the variety. And the fact that I have been growing it inside my home, just right on a windowsill. I'm so proud of the growth of that one. And my tomentosa. And I'm happy that this cotyledon has survived the mealybug infestation as well. So I think this is a kind of lime. It's got like a lime variegation in the middle. And also you can get a variegated version if you are into variegated plants. And I really like putting them in a small pot like this. Right, let's get them out of the way. So this one started out as a tiny pop like that. So this is a Haworthia. This lives on a windowsill which is facing north. So this one does not need a tremendous amount of direct light or direct sunlight. And it could use a new pot, but it looks beautiful. Even though it's looking crowded in the small pot already. So I can get a lot of small plants from this one. And the next plant, so these are just a few of the plants that lives on my windowsill that survived the mealybug infestation. So this is my Gasteria, and I have not watered this plant a lot, and that's why the leaves are looking a bit thin. But if it gets enough water, it could look plump and nice. So this one could use a new pot really, because it's been growing like crazy. So I started this plant 3 years ago. So really beautiful for the windowsill. And the next one is this Euphorbia Trigona. So when I visited Rome some 3 years ago, I saw this tiny cutting for €1, and I put it in my luggage, and it's producing a new branch. So in winter time, this is purple, so you can see from the leaves. But in the summer, it turns dark green. This is my absolute favorite, guys. You have to agree with me. This spiral cactus looks perfect. I was worried about this one when I had the mealybug infestation, because every day I had to use a toothbrush to remove the mealybugs, and luckily it survived. So I know, like the rest of us guys, I'm crazy about philodendrons, but I'm not giving up the succulents. So yeah, I think that's all for this video, guys, and thank you so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.